Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation. Officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Trubisky will throw. And the Raiders have got him. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Alert! Hey, Charlie!
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Counter play with Jacobs. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. You're mine. Mike.
Throwing his car on third down. It's caught. Nelson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 47. Right now. You ready? Check. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. Mike. 59. 93. 59. Mike.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
The goal of anyone running a curl route, on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Check.
On third down, Carr. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Bilal Nichols. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken around the 12. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bears take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On first down, Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From midfield, here's Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. From the gun now on third down, Carr. It's complete to Grant. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Here's Carr to throw. Being chased into the end zone. Oakland Raiders, touchdown. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
These two teams all tied after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Push the outlaw. Drop deep, drop deep.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Yardage back to the 29. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. To throw on 3rd down. Carr got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Jacobs. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
58 for Mike, 58.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Steps away to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
At the 32-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That one good for 26 and a first down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, after the success they had on the 2nd play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle of the block as the defense just did there?
Sure.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, as time expires in the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go, D. Big series. You gonna take. You gonna take.
To throw, it's Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Second year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards. Got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, yeah, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on third down, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition?
It got his man complete. It's a gain of 34. They took a real chance there, throwing deep from their own end zone.
Yeah, just think about it this way. If you take that shot, which they just did, you're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you is gone because the end line is there. Yet at the same time, they took the gamble, and boy, did it pay off.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action here on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
That's good for the Bears.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Raiders' 26-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, team.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Carr. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The sack there by Roquan Smith. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Stop your whining.
Now Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing now is Carr. Forced out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He'll have a first down inside the 10. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Again, it's Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller. An even 90 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice move by Nelson. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr escaping the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. His man, it's Williams. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watch the car. Kill.
Carr now on 1st down. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
D, get off the field. Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, alert 3.
From the gun, it's Carr. Caught by Nelson left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Carr gives to Richard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's see what you got. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Raider 1.
Back to throw, Carr. And it's caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go. The game.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Turn up. Kill, turn up. Raider 2. Mike, 58, right there. Bandit. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Raider 1. Because I'm about to take you to school. 58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Switch.
He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to potentially send us to overtime. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Trubisky. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Taylor Gabriel. Results in a 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Slam. 25. Check 25.
First throw of overtime for Carr. Flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to bring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Again, it's Cohen. Oh, able to avoid him. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now what can Trubisky do here in overtime? Open man is Miller. He's got it. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down.
Has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
Complete to J.J. Nelson. A gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I'm going to run you over. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Nice, sweet. Right there.
They run the counter. It's Jacobs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Raiders punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the Raiders pick it up. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Mike, check, 59.
Shotgun now for Carr. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.